Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You find me on a very dark Templemead station in Bristol. I'm about to start an adventure. If you want to find out why, hang around. Today's video is sponsored by Heart of the Tribe Gallery, where art meets community. More about that later. Well, here I am, like I say, at Bristol Templemeads on the start of an adventure. In my pocket I've got a sail rail card because today I'm travelling to Ireland. First to Dublin and then straight on across to Galway, where I'll be staying tomorrow night, and then we're going to do some more things which I'm going to tell you about later in the journey. But hang around because this is going to be interesting. I have an hour and a half to wait, so I'm going to head for the coffee shop, which is right here. So here I am on the train going north. The journey is in three parts tonight. The first part takes me to Birmingham New Street, where I have a 27-minute layover. Hopefully this train's on time. And then after that we get the train to Chester. And from Chester then we get the train across to Holyhead, getting in at some unreasonable hour like 2 in the morning. I have then the ferry across to Dublin, leaving at around about 4 o'clock in the morning. So let's go. I'm going to take you with me on the journey and show you what it's like to get a night ferry to Dublin. So the first part of our journey tonight takes place on a cross-country Voyager set. The usual 5-coach lineup. I'm on coach D at the back, and sadly there's not a lot to see because it's dark and the coach is round. So we're going to head off to Birmingham and we will see you there. So here we are, arriving into Birmingham New Street. First stage complete. We now have to catch a train going towards Chester. Let's hope it's a nice easy transfer. And here we are in Birmingham. Let's go and find our next train. So we've made it to Birmingham New Street. My train goes at 22 minutes past the hour over there. And before that goes, I'm going to head into WH Smith and get some nibbles. Now, I was going to go into the WH behind me to get a few nibbles, but I decided against it when the milkshake's at half price of £3.50 and the little bottles of Pepsi are £2 something. WH Smith, ripping people off on station platforms for 120 years. That's always good. There we are. It's on the board, so we can head down to platform 5B. Hooray! Well, here we are on platform 5B, ready to catch the train to Chester. We'll be passing through Shrewsbury, which will be the first time I've been there for quite a while. It's Mum and Dad's hometown, so strange on that, but never mind. The train should be here soon and we'll be getting on. I have to say I've not used the sail rail before, but it's very good. You just buy a ticket, you tell it where you want to start, in my case Bristol, tell it where you want to go, in this case Dublin, and you get a travel ticket all the way through that gets you from one end to the other, and it's very cheap. I'll tell you at the end of the video how much it's cost me to get where I'm going, but it's very, very cheap. Well, here we are, we're on the train to Chester. 5 minutes late, but not to worry. We've got plenty of time crossing over to catch the Holyhead train when we get to Manchester. And when we get to Chester. Well then, ladies and gentlemen, our next station stop is now Wolverhampton. When we get to Dublin tomorrow, we are actually going to continue on to Galway by Irish trains, because we're staying in Galway tomorrow night, and then the next day we're heading over to a place called Cong, which is north of Galway. The reason we're going there is Jeff, who I do the channel with, his father's family came from there. So we're going to show Jeff what it looks like, and you, because apparently it's a beautiful place. And a certain John Wayne film, which I'll talk about later, was also made there. But for now, I'm sorry, it's very dark. There's very little to show you of this journey, because I didn't want to be catching buses at weird hours at that end and this end, so I'm travelling both ways at night. But coming home, there'll be more to see, I hope. And there we go, pulling out of Wolverhampton. Well, here we are about to pull out of Shrewsbury Station. Well, I've made it here to a very deserted Chester station, and I've got to say, this is the first part of my journey on which I'm not impressed. Behind me is the waiting room, which, as you can see, the doors are wide open. They don't close the doors. The heaters have been turned off. I mean, come on, guys. The station is open. The very least you could do is keep your waiting room nice for people who've got to wait an hour and a half for a train. Not impressed. Anyway, at some point in about 40 minutes, my train will appear on that platform over there, and we'll be back on our way to Holyhead. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've made it to Holyhead Station. There's our class 197 that brought us in, and if we keep walking along this platform here, we will eventually get to the ferry port. It doesn't get much easier. So it looks like this is where they park all their trains overnight as well. It's hard to imagine now, but I bet during the summer this is really busy down here. And we're going to start seeing, yes, at the end of the platform there, you can see those glass doors. That's where we're heading. That's where the ferry's at. I don't expect the ferry terminal to be very busy at this time of the morning. It is currently 2:30 in the morning. Ferry leaves at 4 o'clock. Passenger terminal, here we go. Down the stairs and we're in. Well, here we are. And any moment now, well, I say any moment now, 3:15, over there, they'll open that up and we can go and get on the boat. So any minute now, they're going to call us over to go and board the ship. So that'll have security about it, so we won't be able to film. So the next time I see you, we'll be on board. Well, that's me boarding pass. So now we wait in here, and in a minute they send the bus for us. And then we'll be on the boat. Okay, so here we are on the bus. This will take us onto the boat. Ship, it's not a boat. This will take us onto the ship. And eventually it will set sail. One advantage of travelling at this time of night is it's not too busy. There's a total of 2 of us on the bus to go and catch the ship tonight. 2 of us. And we're just beginning to see the ship in front of us now. There she is over there.
You can see the tanks on them, the fuel tanks.
Oh, yeah.
Even on Land Cruisers, we used to have 2 tanks on them. Because you know, you won't get a petrol station or
Yeah.
for miles. So yeah, the dual tanks they have. Yeah, just flat tanks. But
So, as you get off the bus, well, a lovely driver let us off at an early door. We climb the stairs. So we need to go up again. That was deck 7. We're heading up for deck 8. Let's take a walk around. various cafes. Oh, sick bags. I like the sick bags. Oh, there's no shortage of places to sit. Let's go and have a look outside. Here we are, on the outside of the boat. Looks very dark. There's a tug down there, look, waiting. I think we need to be on the other side to see what's going on a bit more. This is where all the lorries are. There's the funnels, so the front is that way, this is the back of the boat. Let's go and see if we can get out the other side, shall we? We're going towards the front of the ship now. Steno Plus is in there. That's the Steno Plus lounge. I don't know what that is, but you can't go in there. I think that's it. I think we've seen everything. Let's just have a look at a map of the boat. We're on deck 8, so you've got cabins, restaurant, the bar, Steno Plus, duty free shopping. Truckers Lounge, we're not allowed in there, that's where Jeff would go, look. The Truckers Lounge down on 7. The Higer Lounge. Maybe go to the Higer Lounge. The Barista Coffee Shop. Let's have a look. It's always good to know where the lifeboats are. And here they are. They're still operating. Apparently they're still operating on one dock here. It looks like the other company that operates out of here, Irish Ferries, gave it a bit of a knock. And so they're down to 1, which is why we're sailing at 4. Normally this would sail at 2. I've come here because it's out of the wind, but when we start to move, I'll go and face the wind. There doesn't seem to be very many places you can go and look over the edge on this particular ship. But hey, doesn't matter. We're here, that's the most important thing. And somewhere in that direction behind me, and behind the camera, is Ireland, where we will be in 3.5 hours. I'm probably going to go and find the Higer Lounge because it's got comfy reclining chairs and a coffee machine. And I suspect it's going to cost £12. I suspect I'll probably spend that on coffee in 3.5 hours, so I might as well do that and get a nice comfy chair thrown in. Ooh. And there's not very many on board. And there's a few truck drivers, obviously there's trucks on board, but actual passengers, foot passengers like me, 2 of us came over in the bus. There is a Steno Lounge for £25, but I think, I don't know, I don't know which one to go for. Maybe we should try the Steno Lounge. Well, I'll tell you what, whichever one we do going this way, we'll do the other one coming back the other way, so I can show you both of them. How's about that then? There's a cinema somewhere showing films. I think that's down on deck 7 as well. We'll go down there and have a look. The captain did come on the intercom earlier on, and she said that there's about a 30 knot wind out there and 2 metre waves. But this boat, this ship, I keep calling it a boat, I'm going to get into trouble. This ship is actually stabilised, so you're probably not even going to notice it. I can hear noises down below, aft, and so that's probably the ropes being cast off. I think we're probably going to be moving quite soon. We're moving. We are definitely moving. Unfortunately, I can't quickly nip over to the other side, but it's very dark over there when I was there just now, so lusty party. Well, that wind is cold out here, I'm telling you. We arrived back about 7:30 in the morning, so I'm hoping there might be a little bit more to see on arrival. Coming home on Monday. So let's head on in and see what there is on offer. Well then, ladies and gentlemen, I have purchased access to the Higer Lounge. It looks like this. Let's put the magic number in, shall we? I think it worked. It worked. We're in. I can't see anything, but they actually look out over the front of the boat. And here's what I came in for. Yes. Just what the doctor ordered. So these are the seats, and very comfy they are too. And they come with a light, 240 volts and USBs. Excellent. And the chairs are really comfortable. You can lay back and look out at nothing. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as I pour a coffee and swing around, the port of Dublin is hoving into view. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the wonder that is Ireland is before us. This was the deck I spent the night on. Very comfortable. And here we go. Left hand down a bit, islands that way. Then he's something now. There you go. We're on Irish soil. Well, I've got to say that's a very integrated system. We got off the boat, we're straight back in through the office. I showed my passport, I walked outside, it's the bus going to Euston Station. So we're heading off into the centre of Dublin now, and I'm going to get breakfast because I'm starving. And as a YouTuber friend of mine was saying, I need some coffee to get up to altitude. I don't know if you can see that, but that's quite an amazing light display on that bridge over there. We'll have to see if we can come back and see that. I'm sorry about the dirty windows on the bus, but it is that time of year. Well, here we are in Dublin. I've made it to Euston Station. It's around here somewhere. I'm going to have a look on the map and find it, and we'll see you in there. This is Houston Bridge, complete with train tracks, and over there, that beautiful building, is the station. Let's head over. Well, that was easy. We've got our ticket. Not due till 10:50, and it is now 8:10. We've got a little while to kill. Well, I've just stepped outside the station, ladies and gentlemen, because over there you can see the famous name of Guinness. You're never far from that in this town. That's the main brewery. That steam is coming off your next pint of Guinness, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Well, here I am at Houston Station by the River Liffey. I started my journey in Bristol. Well, actually I started my journey in Glastonbury, but my true journey started in Bristol at 8:25 yesterday evening. So I think I've been on the road about 16 hours now so far, and we're about to catch our final train, which will take us across to Galway. I think we're due in there sometime after 12 o'clock. I can't book into my room till 3, so I've got to kill a bit of time there as well. So we will see you at the other end.